Once every year, when the seasons all shift, reality thins and opens a rift. Broadcasts are received from alien places, parallel worlds, and horror-filled spaces. We gather them all for your listening pleasure, with spooks and with goofs, both in good measure. So hold on to your headphones, get ready to scream for the wonderful terror of R-Tap Halloween. Oh, gosh, I got some Pez stuck in my throat.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a very spooky episode of the Vidnight Society. I am the Tweebus. I'm Thatcher Whedon, and I am spooked out of my skin.
And I'm, oh shoot, what was my name again?
I think you're still Ian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is
unless you've changed your name without telling us.
Yes, I did actually.
I know that in this reality or whatever, we're spooky versions of our usual selves, but I don't think we changed our names.
I'm Ian Beard the Terrible.
I made that funny ghoul pun on the first episode. Do you remember the funny ghoul pun?
I don't remember.
By first episode, I mean last episode, because in this we've been doing this show for a long time. In this reality, I don't know. We're trying to make lore for something that nobody really cares about. But it's going to be all the better for our Avengers Endgame style crossover later on.
Crossing the streams.
A mysterious person under. Wait, Ian, did you actually introduce yourself?
Yeah, I did. They might not have heard it though. I am Ian Beard the Terrible. Yes.
I love it.
I am Isaac. That's all you need to know.
No,
don't ask why my teeth are sharp.
You are Isaac von Bloodsucker, and you are here to suck the blood.
Hey, Bloodsucker is a very
how dare you compare
term.
me to mosquitoes?
My voice will be heard.
Alrighty, gentlemen, what did we watch this week that gave us the spooks? Okay, actually, we should talk about like the meta of this is each one of us chose something that the others watched and we talked about. So first week it was Dauntless's pick to watch the Doctor Who. This week, who got to pick?
Oh shoot, I almost dropped it. I did.
This is so much better with a camera on because I can see.
I agree, but you will never be able to see me because I hide in the dark.
And now he's shoving pencils up his nose. So which one of us picked this week?
It was me again.
How dare you?
What did you pick, Internet James?
I picked
because you're iJames. It's like the iPhone.
I picked
Apple presents the iJames.
I still can't believe
I want my own iJames.
Guys, I'm real.
Mommy, I want an
me.
iJames, mother.
I'm just like a doll at this point you buy at the store for your kid. Okay, but how would you feel if there was like a line of toys that were just like action figures, but with your exact face on them, and there's millions of them?
I would hate that.
You know, you can. Okay, well, you can get these custom made, like Hasbro's doing them now, and you can be like a Ghostbuster or a Stormtrooper or a Power Ranger, or the Grimace from McDonald's.
See, why would I want to put my face on it though?
Because it's like, oh my gosh, it's me as an action figure. I can finally make out with Barbie.
Yes, but the problem would be that it'd have my face.
See, you call that a problem, but I call that a opportunity.
I don't want the world to know what I look like.
Yeah, I'd rather just have, I don't know, somebody else's face.
No, you get one. You get one, and it's yours.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Anywho, I chose.
Yeah, we've spent way too long on this.
I chose the movie, and it was Monsters vs. Aliens and the Pumpkins from Outer Space, right? Is that what it's called?
Not even a movie.
Oh yeah, it's not a movie, it's a short film. It's a 25-minute short film. My bad.
Shut
up! It's not a short film.
It was shown at Sundance. Everybody loved it at Sundance. I'm so glad that it's finally made it over here to streaming services.
The Academy is giving it an award. It's insane. Yeah.
It was from a groundbreaking new startup film company called Dream DreamWorks? Is that what it is? DreamWorks.
Yeah, some
DreamWorks.
strange indie company just started up. Yeah, I don't know anything about
Nobody's
it.
ever heard of DreamWorks.
They made something called How to Train Your
Buffalo?
Dream
Wagon. I don't know.
How to Train Your Wagon. This is my wagon, wheelless.
Wheelers. Oh, it's wheelers.
Well, my wagon spokes.
So wait, are you guys imagining like little red wagons or like the covered wagons?
I was imagining the covered
I'm
wagon.
thinking of the wagons that have scales.
Do we all have different
Sorry,
wagons?
Ian, did you just say
The wagons with
Did you just
scales,
say-
the ones that breathe fire.
in this reality?
So, actually talking about what we watched, it was a Monsters vs. Aliens episode thing from Spooky Stories.
Yeah, Flash was trying to decide whether to watch Scared Shrekless or the Monsters vs. Aliens Mutant Pumpkins from Outer Space. I'm glad he chose Mutant Pumpkins from Outer... I don't know. I've never seen Scared Shrekless. I've only seen the first Shrek like once.
I've seen almost all of them, and I love them all. So based. But yeah, I actually watched the Monsters vs. Aliens Pumpkins from Outer Space thing like when I was really, really young, before I even met any of you.
I had
actually.
never seen this before.
That's interesting. It's been a family tradition for us. Like every Halloween, we will go onto Netflix and we'll be like, gather around the television, family, and we shall watch not Scared Shrekless, not the Ghost of Lord Farquaad, but the Monsters vs. Aliens Mutant Pumpkins from Outer Space.
Interesting.
So, because this is a spin-off of a movie called Monsters vs. Aliens. Should we do a crypt notes for Monsters vs. Aliens? Do you guys remember that last time?
A crypt note. That
Isn't that just
what
where
is
we gave
that?
a brief rundown of...
One word at a time.
Oh, it was the one word at a time. Okay. This will go well.
Of the original movie. I'm guessing you haven't seen the original movie, Dauntless.
I have.
Oh, you have seen Monsters
Yes.
vs. Aliens.
Who hasn't seen Monsters vs. Aliens? It's the greatest movie ever made.
My mom!
My mom! Get out! It was
See, if we had a larger base of people listening to our podcast, I'd say surely there's someone who hasn't, but we have such a small fan base. I don't know.
What fan
As of-
base?
as of today.
Mainly because
I mean,
we've,
we do
we've
kinda have a fan
killed
base.
everyone else.
Wait, what?
We were a skeleton, a pirate, and a vampire. Yeah.
Skeletons are known for how deadly they are.
I mean, if you're playing Valheim, they are. All right, yeah, we can get started on the crypt.
Yeah, so
notes.
crypt notes, we each say one word, one at a time. I'm thinking, Ian, you go first.
Okay.
Summarizing the plot of Monsters vs. Aliens, the movie.
All right. Monsters
And
U.S.
general.
fight.
Wait, what's that guy's name?
I don't know.
Oh, Rain.
Fight rain? What?
Just say, oh, please. It's the first name of an actor. Wait. Mulligan.
You want me to say
I'm not
Mulligan?
gonna use Rain.
Oh no, wait.
No, I'm gonna
Where
Mulligan.
even is this anymore? I'm so confused.
We have
Monsters
Monster
and U.S. General
fight.
fight.
Fight rain.
Fight. No, I'm switching Rain to Dwight.
I'm sorry, I just thought of Dwight from The Office when you said that.
Yeah! Do you know who voices Galaxar?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dwight Schrute. Rainn Wilson.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably breaking the rules of this popcorn stories type thing.
But you also created the rules, so it's fine.
But that guy isn't in this
yeah.
short film. This is about pumpkins.
We're talking about
No,
the
but
main
we're
movie.
summarizing the movie.
Oh.
We're
Okay.
giving context for the short film. People are
Fine.
going to click on, they're going to be like, who the heck is Seth Rogen? Why is he a giant blue man? Who the heck is Hugh Laurie? Why is he a bug man? Who the heck is the guy who voices the green man, whose name I can't
Link?
think of?
It's
but was in things.
Shrek.
Very good joke from the movie. Okay. Monsters and U.S. General fight Dwight.
Schrute.
Period.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what else to add.
Monsters and U.S. General fight Dwight Schrute. Yes. I
Okay.
need this fan art now. So get someone who's listening to this make that for me, please, and then personally message it to me.
Or tweet at us at otap_podcast.
No, it's mine.
All right, then just drop your personal email in the call.
I will.
Say it on the air. I will put it in the podcast.
My email
Do it, you won't.
is Phlegmflinger 316 gmail.com.
Phlegmflinger 316 is my favorite Bible verse in this spooky reality we live in.
If you open to the book of Phlegmflinger, you will find.
And lo, Hezekiah spoke to the multitudes and said, "Don't do faith, for it gives you cancer."
Cancerous phlegm. The end.
I will add an addendum to this. Also in the movie, one of the plot points is the main character, voiced by Reese Witherspoon, gets big because of an alien. And she gets like kidnapped and she has a family. The reason why this is important is because in this short, they go to visit her family. And also pumpkins.
And pumpkins.
Let's talk about the short.
Yay! The reason why we're here. Nice. So we should give like a synopsis as described by the three of us. What if we had like each of us doesn't like the act and like, or like each of us does like different parts of the plot and like the climax and stuff, or something like
All
that.
out of
do you
order
guys think?
and just, yep, using strange voices and...
The pumpkins are things that live in the world.
Carrot!
What was that?
That cut out in
Wow.
Discord.
That
Holy.
cut out in Discord. All I
said,
heard was Harry.
Carrot!
Oh, ferret?
Carrot.
Carrot.
Carrot. Oh, carrot.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I was doing
forgot
things
about
out of
that.
order.
You know what? Okay, so the movie is about the monsters as they go to Fresno, right? Fresno, is that where they go?
Yeah. No, they go to Modesto.
Yeah, it's Modesto.
California.
Modesto, which is a wonderful name for a town, because an alien flushed the toilet on a bunch of pumpkins.
Which is apparently a common occurrence.
Yeah, there was this alien ship. It went over a field of pumpkins, and then it spewed its sewage onto this pumpkin patch, and then the
How
pumpkins
rude.
got mutated and stuff.
Which I actually, so I took notes on this one. I recorded just general notes, funny moments, and then something surprise that I will announce later. But that was the first laugh that I had, was the old farmer who was like, "Back in my day, we had respect for a man's vegetables."
Back in my day, we had respect for a man's vegetables. Kids with you far out.
It's the side characters that make this short so funny.
That's true, actually.
I thought it was interesting how,
So,
like, it's not a bigger plot from the aliens. It's just they dump their sewage and it causes
No.
issues.
yeah, it's...
So don't go around
great.
dumping sewage on people's pumpkins.
Just don't go around dumping sewage, period. Like, this should be something taught in kindergarten.
Well, what about, like, you know, the trucks that go around and clean out porta potties? What are they supposed to do if they can't dump sewage somewhere?
They're supposed to throw it straight into the sun.
Hmm.
Also, what do you mean clean? Oh, no, yeah, no porta potties are cleaned out. Outhouses just get nasty.
What if
They're
throwing
probably cleaned out.
what if throwing sewage
You
into
know-
the sun like changed the hue of the sun itself and it got all murky?
What?
No, hear me out. And then it got all murky and then it blocked all the light, or blocked like most of the light, and then the sun died because of the poop
I have
that was
two-
making it murky.
This is what sunspots are.
I feel like it's our duty to move on from this.
Our duty?
Got him. All right. What happened next? Oh yeah, so yeah, they learn that an alien ship goes over Modesto, so then they have to go to Modesto to figure out where the aliens are, and then crazy shenanigans ensue.
Oh, shenanigans.
So here's the one thing that confused me most.
Okay. Go for it.
How
Something
did the
confused you about the plot of this?
How in the world, like, the pumpkins had to have woken up at different times because they made a sign that says "Free Pumpkins" and put it up in the pumpkin field for people to take pumpkins back to their houses, which is like a super intelligent plan, but also they could have just walked there, so I don't understand why it was necessary for them to get humans to carry them back to their houses so that they could eat candy.
Maybe so they could just like spread themselves out easier. I mean, it would take a lot of effort off their shoulders.
I mean, think about it this way: if you want to plan an invasion, like, you're gonna have to start like if you have an army, you're not just gonna. It's a Trojan horse. You're not just gonna walk the army straight into the middle of town, because they'd be like, oh no, pumpkins, let's step on them. Instead, it's like, get the pumpkins into the homes, get people comfortable with the pumpkins, make the pumpkin a trusted family friend, and then when they least suspect it, bam, they're alive. It's a kids movie. They're not gonna kill anybody. Oh, actually, no. Hold on a second.
Yeah, that one family. I don't know.
My favorite family in the entire movie?
Biggest one of the perfect, son.
Free pumpkins for all humans, because that's how we roll. Sign me up.
Those were some of my favorite moments too, was that family. There's a great family that is, I'm wanting to say poorly acted for a reason, and they represent like the stereotypical like 50s suburbia, like, hey, son, let's go to the pumpkin patch and get ourselves a gourd. Yeah, Dad, let's do it.
Yeah, but then the pumpkin like comes to life and kills them, and it's all like gory and explicit, and it's actually really scary.
So don't show it to your kids. Take it
This
away,
is
Robbie Rod.
Monsters versus Aliens? Huh? It's so violent.
Nah, it's people versus pumpkins.
Versus Plants vs. Zombies? Okay, so we actually have to summarize the movie. They go to Modesto, and there's 5 monsters. There's not Vanessa, Susan, who's the big one who has the family.
Susan.
Ooh, you're right. That is scary.
Then there's the 3 boys. Hey, actually, real quick. Which one of the 3 boys? Because there's 3 of us boys.
I
So
thought
which one
about
is-
this exact
'cause
same
I
there's-
think Ian is the blob.
There's
You think I'm Bob? He doesn't even have a brain. That's just not nice. Dauntless, you don't say things like that.
So there's Bob, Link, and Dr. Cockroach.
And by Link, he means, yes, the hero of time from the Legend of Zelda. That's correct.
They locked him away because he was just too scary.
He kept killing everyone's pots.
Oh, I'm glad you said pots there. I got real concerned.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have said killing. He keeps smashing everyone's pots
Smashing pots.
Pot aside.
and refused to talk.
Like which one of us is which though, for reals?
I don't know.
I think that Dauntless is the cockroach man.
Probably.
And then Thatcher, you, in my opinion, are. I want to say that. You know what? I am Bob. Screw it. Yeah, I kind of accept my fate now, because you're way more like Link than I am.
I don't know. I think I could. Well, okay. Actually, no. I am a very old man.
You act like an old jaded man, though. Sometimes
I do. I act like an old jaded man. Did I say I act like an old jaded man yet?
What is it? Do you guys agree, or?
I think this is as good as it's gonna get.
Sure. I personally always disagree with people comparing me to scientists, but whatever.
Dude.
I mean, it's you have a very big Hugh Laurie vibe to me, Dauntless.
And they gave me a swirly pop.
A swirly pop. Oh my goodness. I did not realize.
Sounds like the Lost Monty Python sketch.
I swear I did not realize how much I remembered from this movie until I watched it, and I was quoting like every other line. I swear. I forgot how much I love this.
Ian, since you remember so much about the movie, do you want to finish the summary?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So the kids are trick-or-treating. The monsters, the dude monsters, are going around also trick-or-treating to like scan people to see if they're aliens. There's also this whole like backstory about the cockroach man and how he, as a kid, got a swirly pop from someone, and then some other bullies ruined it, and then he hated Halloween. But now he loves Halloween now.
Because an elderly lady gave him a swirly pop.
Yes.
Probably the same lady from his backstory.
She's just really, really old.
I mean, I totally thought she was an alien or witch or something. Like, the way she just stood there and stared at the link.
One of my favorite lines came from the old lady. Oh, what an inventive costume, my dear. Really quite disgusting.
And by staring at the link, I mean staring at Bob, because it was Bob who was standing there.
But this is a contrast to Missing Link, who loves Halloween because he liked the idea of scaring people, but then he tried to scare people, and people were just like, oh my gosh, it's Shrek! Which was the funniest joke in the entire movie.
I mean,
And
you're
then
not
even
wrong.
when he's like, I'm the missing link, and goes up to a group of kids who are dressed up like the Link, the Blob Bob guy, and the cockroach. And they're like, no, you're
Sweetie
not.
Link have a beer gut.
Oof. Okay, actually, hold on. That line, it's a little too close to home. If we're doing casting.
There's something that someone had mentioned recently where they said that apparently Charlie Chaplin at one point entered a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest and got third. And that's what the missing link made me think of with that.
So 3 boys go trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
The pumpkins appear, and the pumpkins eat candy, and they get bigger, and they realize, oh, in order to destroy the pumpkins, we have to feed them candy until they explode.
First they go hide all the candy, keep them from getting bigger, but then Cockroach Man is like, but wait, if they have too much of it, kaboom.
It's like that meme where the guy's like doing the math in his head and like the numbers start flying on screen in front of him. It's literally that. Like that happens with the cockroach
literally
guy.
that meme.
And so yeah, then the doctor creates a catapult with solo cups and a lawnmower to create a minigun that shoots candy at the pumpkin. Because the pumpkins at this point have combined, right? Man, we said this is a horrible summary. So
I love this summary. It's like talking to somebody about a D&D campaign.
Yep. Wait,
Just like, yeah, so my fighter who has a sword runs up and hits him in the knee, but actually behind him was the party's rogue who had another sword who actually hit him in the other knee at the same time.
But I gotta tell you about the sword
way we
really
got
quick,
those
though.
swords.
So
no. How did we get those swords? How did they get the swords?
Yeah, they went to the dungeon. Well, I mean, they only found the dungeon because of the old guy that they met from the quest. Where
The old guy is so good.
Yeah.
I love the old guy.
His backstory is I hate this. So the pumpkins they can combine and get bigger.
Did the cockroach guy actually make the machine gun thing for candy? Because I totally missed that. I was like, why in the world do they have this sitting in the garage?
It was he pulled it out of the garage. It was an implied Lego creator made it. Just threw the bricks together.
I was like, why in the world do they have a machine gun like thing in their garage?
Because cool stuff. So yeah,
they're the Murphys.
The pumpkins combine, and then she becomes this giant pumpkin monster. And so he creates the minigun that shoots candy, and the kids are all helping them too. It's like this big collaborative effort. And then eventually the pumpkin guy explodes, except for the head, which is the main
becomes a
pumpkin dude,
helicopter.
the big baddie. He uses his stems to become a helicopter.
I wish I could become a helicopter.
Helicopter.
What?
And the big thing is they're all out of candy. There's no candy left, so they can't make the head explode. But then
I came to
in an emotional moment where the cockroach truly figured out his purpose in life, he threw the swirly pop at the monster to make him eat it. It's for him to explode. I forgot about that. That was before his head turned into a helicopter.
No, that was after. I thought.
That was after?
Oh wait, no, it wasn't. Never mind. Never mind. You're right. It was before.
No, yeah, that was before because what destroys the helicopter?
That was the last piece of candy needed to make it explode, and then it's the head that's left becomes a helicopter, and they're like, "Oh no!" And then Susan
and then the
whistles.
butterfly monster hamster thing just like flies at it and completely
while
rams
dressed
into
like
it.
Elvis.
Fat Elvis.
Fat Elvis, yes.
because there was a joke made in the beginning of the movie. Just watch the short. It's like 30 minutes long. Like, you would have finished it. Like, we've spent more time talking about it than it has about the length of it. But yeah, it's pretty good. So here's something interesting that I thought was interesting to do. I've been listening to an album, a very specific album. Are you guys familiar with Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon?
Vaguely.
I don't know much about Pink Floyd's music, even though I've probably heard a lot and I just don't know.
Oh, no, I don't think Pink Floyd is one of those bands that you don't hear a lot unless you go looking for them. They're interesting. It's an acquired taste, I will say. However, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon has this reputation. There's this experiment that people will do where they will like watch The Wizard of Oz while listening to Dark Side of the Moon, and supposedly it syncs up. And like a bunch of people have done this for a bunch of movies, and I'm like, you know what? I wonder. So I listened to The Dark Side of the Moon while watching this. I would recommend listening to the album. It's longer than the short that we watched, so we didn't get through all the songs. Pink Floyd's music is interesting. It's very experiential, I'll say. It's the type of music that you put on in the background and you're like, oh, I'm listening to a song, I forgot about that. And some people like that and some people don't. The interesting thing is that it actually did sync up pretty well. It's a little hard to talk about how it sank up because only one person here has listened to the album.
I might try and like do this then on my own sometime. Actually, the first time I listened to the album, it's while watching Monsters vs. Aliens.
Oh my gosh! No! What you got to do is you got to watch a different movie for the first time, and then listen to Dark Side of the Moon and sync those up, and just be super confused. Dark Side of the Moon. I think some of the big syncs, the biggest sync is there's a song called Money. Money! And Money starts with a very loud cash register sound effect. Money started playing as soon as Dr. Cockroach found the swirly pop at the end of the movie. It was amazing. I think that was the best sync. There were a couple of other things. One of the songs started as soon as Cockroach says, "We have a problem." One of the songs ended as the last pumpkin died. A song called On the Run started when General Monger appeared, and it's a very fast-paced song. I thought that kind of synced up, but there wasn't anything major. It wasn't anything groundbreaking or earth-shaking. It was, there were some cool things, but it wasn't like, oh, it was really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's really funny. Oh man, I think one thing about this short that like catches me off guard every time I watch it is that it's so high quality it doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? Like especially with the animation.
You mean, like, animation?
Yeah, animation wise. Like this feels like it's should be just a part of the movie. That's just what it feels like.
It's pretty good animation. Like it doesn't. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't feel like a lack in quality.
It's like they actually tried. It's very strange.
Yeah, I mean, if you liked Monsters vs. Aliens, you'll love Monsters vs. Aliens, but this time it's Halloween
and pumpkins.
I would argue that. Well, I mean, I can't argue this. It's based on personal preference. I think I actually
Did you
like
just say you can't
this
argue
short.
things because it's based on personal preference? That is literally how arguments work.
It's not sometime. No, because this is about the subjectiveness
You can argue
of my
subjective
points because not
points.
everyone will like this movie. But I don't want to because some people won't like the short.
Well, that's their
The problem. I'm trying to be fair. It's their problem for being stupid.
You're talking to an English major who writes arguments that are personal preferences supported by facts.
Okay, I would argue then that this short is better than the movie. Boom, I said it.
I would argue that it isn't because your opinion is bad.
Fight.
See, this is what I was talking about, Isaac. No, I'm sad now.
I had a class the other day where before the professor showed up, people started arguing about what is and isn't okay to put in coffee. For instance, they decided that if anyone comes in and orders a coffee with orange flavoring, they are the worst and should die.
But orange is good in coffee, like orange zest. I like that, especially with like
Orange
chocolates.
and chocolate are amazing.
On the topic of coffee, can I roast my grandfather real quick?
I mean, he won't taste very good, but sure.
I feel as if I've talked about this on the podcast before. I love my grandfather very much. However, he has this thing with coffee where he'll go to
Ew.
McDonald's
No.
Oh no! Oh no!
and use the same coffee cup for a week.
Is it to
He'll
get
never
it-
actually finish the McDonald's coffee. He'll fill it up at other places. He'll like go home and put some more coffee in there. Like it's like a sourdough starter but for coffee. And it's the worst. I'll just have a nasty, uncovered, just coffee-soaked paper cup in his car.
I hate this.
It's so bad. If you're listening, Papa
Please
Papa
stop.
Chuck, I love you.
Get
seriously.
get a reusable mug.
Invest in a travel mug.
Wash it between uses.
I just imagine he's like the way he knows to replace it is like when he picks up the cup and the bottom just like stays stuck to the thing, and then he's just like, oh well, I got a new one now. I
I thought
guess.
you were gonna say when he picks it up and the bottom falls out.
That's what I thought too. Where he picks it up and his hand just goes right through the cup.
It's just stuck to the table.
It just disintegrates. It turns into ash.
It's as like dense as air. It's just like.
It's been snapped out of existence.
Uh,
Oh.
Well, time to get a new one.
Did we have any other comments on the short?
like, as far as spookiness is concerned, I didn't find it particularly spooky, but
No.
I was able to notice the what made it still a part of like spooky horror genre stuff, which I thought was cool, despite it being like a kid's episode type thing that's not supposed to be super scary. But just like introducing, oh, there's spooky stuff going on in the background, and setting it up early on, and then having other stuff happen in the middle of it, but then you still know that this stuff is in the background, and you can watch the suspense.
Yeah, it did a good job with the suspense of
Yeah,
like you know Alfred Hitchcock's bomb thing. Basically, for those of the uninformed, Alfred Hitchcock is like, oh, it's a lot more suspenseful if you show somebody that there's a bomb underneath a table and have two people talk about things that aren't the bomb, than have two people talk about things that aren't a bomb sitting at a table and suddenly something blows
Yeah,
up.
I agree. And then there's also like just the music and sound design, the way they use that to create spooky, or like when the farmer turns around and then you have this just first person pumpkin view of things. Yeah.
Yeah, not showing you the
Yeah,
monster
so
until the
there's a
time is
lot
right.
of little elements that went into making it still feel like the horror genre type
Yeah, it's good.
episode.
And the carrot jump scare at the end scared me as a kid.
Oh yeah, and then so then there was the jump scare at the end. Made me think of Goosebumps, because that was something I haven't read very many Goosebumps books, but when I did read a few, they almost always ended with they've defeated the thing, and then have they? Something else is an issue, and then it just ends, and so the whole ending on the carrot made me think of that.
If we ever do another run of Vidnight Society, we are watching episodes of Goosebumps, the TV show made for children in the 90s.
Perfect.
But yeah, I agree with that. Actually, you want to know the scariest part of all? They made a sequel with the carrots, and it wasn't very good.
Wait, they did?
They did. My family watched it once, and we all were like, this is doo-doo garbage.
I'm looking this up
It's
now.
like zombie carrots.
Why would you
looking
ever
at
make a
zombie
sequel
carrots.
based off of that? Why would you ever make a sequel for this period? Hold on.
Night of the Living Carrots. Wikipedia. Night of the Living Carrots is an American computer animated short produced by DreamWorks Animation based on the film Monsters vs. Aliens. The short follows the monster team, minus Ginormica and Insectosaurus, taking on a mutated mutated Tarot Carmy that can mind control others. Dr. Cockroach determines that the only way to defeat them and their free victims is for Bob to eat all the carrots. Oh, what? Hold up! The short originally premiered in 2 parts exclusively on the Nintendo Video Service for the Nintendo 3DS system? That's actually really interesting.
I think that's the way they solve a lot of problems is, Bob, just eat it.
Yeah, it wasn't very good, as I recall. It's got Kiefer Sutherland in it. Oh my gosh, Kiefer Sutherland. You guys want to know Kiefer Sutherland's full name?
Sure.
Kiefer William Frederick Dempsey George Rufus Sutherland.
Yikes.
I'm
I'm just gonna call him Rufus.
Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla.
What?
A Schoolhouse Rock joke.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else have anything else to talk about on Monsters vs. Aliens? Because I'm kind of rambling. It looks like Ian is doing some heavy Google searching into the zombie carrots.
Yeah, I found like a video on YouTube that like shows some of it. Actually, it's the whole thing. It's only 9 minutes.
It wasn't very long. Do we want to... Are you just watching it right now?
Some of it, just to get an idea of this.
That's wonderful. Thanks. I'm so glad to know that you're invested in the podcast, Ian. Well, welcome to live Ian reaction.
Ian reacts to Monsters vs. Aliens this episode.
I can imagine you with like the old man makeup on, just like, back in my day, horror used to be scary. We'd have the Goosebumps books with the slappy puppet slaps you on the face. I swear, kids these days don't know what's good anymore.
Lol.
Kids these days get scared by the Slenders Man.
And they're making out in my pumpkin patches.
Kids these days are making out my pumpkin patches. But they should be watching DreamWorks spooky stories.
Make it out my pumpkin patch.
We've officially lost the plot.
I think so.
So would everybody recommend this for people to... How did we end the last one? Did we have... I know we had the Mad Lib, but didn't we have like a... Would you recommend this for people to watch? Did we do that?
Yeah, we rated it.
Yeah, we rated it
Okay.
something out of 10, like, yeah. And then we chose the thing out of 10 that we rated it.
Yeah, we can't just make things up.
Okay. Are we ready to... I got a rating. I got a rating good. A rating good. I got a rating good! Yeah!
Yes.
Okay. I rate this a bit of honey out of 10 because it's sweet and small and not very filling. I mean, it doesn't have like it's not like the best, but it's pretty good.
I think I would rate this 7 Shreks out of 10. Definitely. I think it's pretty good, but it's not like it's just not exceptional. But it's good enough that if I watched this once a year, I would be a very happy boy. I might actually make this a tradition of my family line now, starting this generation.
I'd give it a swirly pop.
Cool. Oh, that's right. We have spooky pickup lines or spooky jokes, spooky dad jokes.
Spoopy dad jokes.
If you want to, you can tweet us at otap_podcast on the Twitter. Stay tuned there for updates, including maybe some special Halloween plans, merch we might be releasing soon.
Merch.
We also have an email at othatpod@gmail.com. Ian, are you finding a spooky dad joke?
Oh, I forgot that's my job. Hold on.
You had one job.
No. Oh, it's so bad. Oh,
Do
no.
it.
Okay. This is the worst. Why do ghosts go on diets?
I think we already did this one.
Did we?
What's the punchline?
So they can keep their ghoulish figures.
Oh, okay. No, that wasn't. Okay. That's pretty
I
good.
hate
I think
this.
the one I was thinking of is why was the ghost smaller? Because he got exercised. Or he exercised. How did the ghost lose weight? I don't... Exercise. I'm just going to say the word exercise until it gets funny. You guys end off the podcast. I'm just going to be over here. Exercise.
Exercising ghosts
Exercise.
as a skeleton.
Exercise.
What?
Exercise.
Can
Exercise.
skeletons exercise?
Exercise. I don't know why you guys. Please free me. I'm just gonna keep saying this until we do the sign off. Exercise.
Okay.
This has been
Exercise.
yeah. This has been the show starring three
Exercise.
dudes talking about a children's
Exercise.
Halloween. You need to
Exercise.
Exercise.
My name is
I
Ian.
don't exercise here.
That guy might be named
Exercise.
Thatcher. I don't know.
I am exercise named Exercise Thatcher.
They already know our names. We said it at the beginning.
Exercise.
This has been
Exercise.
See, we normally rely on you to end
Exercise.
it, Thatcher. So this is just gonna
Exercise.
keep going.
This has been
I'm just
Remember to
exercise.
did we have a different way of signing off for these? than we
Yeah,
normally
I
did?
said find your Queen of the Dead, and then we all realized
Queen
that
of
that
the
was
Dead,
the
okay.
day after Queen Victoria died,
Yeah.
or Elizabeth died, and I didn't mean that. Queen. This is an old podcast.
Yeah, so in this reality, we're still in the Victorian era.
That's why it's so spooky.
except Queen Victoria just died.
Oh, thank goodness! Now we're in the Elizabethan era.
dang it, man! You gave him the spoilers. What the heck? Maybe they didn't even know.
What? Spoilers for what?
So yeah,
Where can they find us? Isaac, tell them.
I already said that.
this has already been stated.
Okay.
Yeah, just do the sign off. Just do.
All right,
Just do.
I don't
you know
remember the
what?
sign-off.
You know.
Juice
you know.
up your
Hey, you know.
podcast.
You guys know your B attitudes. We just do the. Just do the gym. Exercise your podcast.
Find your Queen of the Dead.
It's so
Make
bad.
something.
We're not.
Wasn't that
We're
the
not.
last one?
We're not. I just want to
Make
say
something
we really
sweet.
are not trying to be disrespectful. That was just. We really aren't. It's just the worst timing ever. It's so bad timing wise. We're not trying to be disrespectful.
Make something sweet.
Find your.
Squat up.
What up?
Squat up. Exercise. Wait.
Oh.
I'm just still caught in the exercise trap.
Is it squat up first?
Squat up
forget.
first.
Squat up.
What of my lines?
Juice up your Jello. Did we
That's
say
the
that?
last
Make
one.
something sweet.
That's not the last
It's been
one.
literally. It's been
That's
literally
the end.
2 months.
Make something sweet. Find your queen.
Juice
It's
up
And
Squat-
remember, juice up your podcast.
Yeah, juice up your pod. Exercise. Spook up your podcast.
Exercise.
Exercise your podcast.
Exercise.
Exercise me because I'm haunted with the ghost of a word. Oh. Exercise.
We're good at this. We promise. We know what we're
Hold
doing.
on. So what's the whole thing in order? Only Thatcher. I can't hear.
Squat
any-
up.
No. Only Thatcher. He always did it. He knows it. You do it. Say it. Say the thing. Say the line, Bart. Say it.
But your finger's pointing at me.
This guy pointing at this one.
He's not over there on my screen.
Okay, then he's here.
Exercise up. Make something
No.
exercise. Exercise your queen. Squat up, make something sweet, find your queen, and don't forget, juice
and
up
then
your
juice
podcast.
up your podcast.
There we go.
See, I knew all the lines and I said them.
How much of this are we cutting out?
I don't know.
We shouldn't cut out any of this. This is brilliant.
This is
This is comedy gold. This is
Pure
comedy
genius. It's 48 minutes long.
gold. Comedy gold.
okay.
It's 48 minutes
This
long.
is fine. This
Alright.
is fine.
It's too long.
This is fine.
I
This
hope
is
you
fine.
enjoyed our episode. We were hosting a GoFundMe to get Thatcher to forget the word exercise. Please
Exercise.
donate now.
Exercise.
We can't take much
Oh
more.
my God. I might
Exercise.
do actually.
Exercise. Exercise.
I think we need to call Constantine.
Constantine.
Constantine. Constantine. It's Constantine. Oh well, in this reality, it's Constantine.
See, that's what I thought too, but apparently people pronounce it differently
Hey.
because in the entire Sandman series,
Hey,
it's
also,
Constantine.
Also,
Constantine's. It's a teen version of Constantine. Alrighty. Thanks for listening. We're finally free from this prison that we call podcasts.
Exercise.
Exercise.
No, it's
Squat
fast.
up.
It's taking over.
Just wait, squat up.
Mm.
No, I forget.
Why? We literally said it a minute ago.
we need to organize this so that each of us says the different parts.
Yes,
of it.
Ian, say make something sweet.
Okay, I'll do the first one. You do the second one. Dauntless
I don't
does the
remember
third
the
one,
second
and then it's make something sweet.
I just told you, make something
It's-
sweet. I said it like 5 times.
Okay, squat up, make something sweet, find your queen or king, and then all at the same time. And remember, juice up your podcast. Okay, ready?
All right, yeah, I'm
this
ready.
This is gonna be
Go.
it. We're gonna do good. Haha, that was such a funny joke. Man, exercise, am I right? Thanks for listening. Don't forget, squat up.
Make something sweet.
Find your queen or king.
And remember to
Juice
juice up your podcast.
Juice up your podcast.
Exercise.
That was
Also
totally
exercise.
insane.
Done.
Kids don't exercise. That's not good for you. The government's been lying.
Kids do exercise. You'll be big and strong and cool. Okay, goodbye.
All right, bye everyone.
Okay, yeah, bye.
What did he say?
Horrible things about my mother in a salad bar.